All right, this is subtracting mixed numbers, which often includes borrowing, which can get a little bit complicated. So let's take a look. So we've got 3 3/4 minus 2 1/2. The process is basically the same. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find a common denominator, which in this case is fourths. We're going to go times 2 here, which means we have to go times 2 here. And then we're going to just subtract the numerators as we would normally. So 3 minus 2 is 1/4. And 3 minus 2, the whole numbers give us 1 1/4. Now there's no borrowing there. The process is pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at another one which might be a little bit different. All right, let's say we've got 6 1/4 minus 3 5/6. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a common denominator for these, which is twelfths. And we're going to convert these just like we ordinarily would. And we got 4 times 3, so we have to do times 3 up top. 6 times 2, which means we have to go times 2 here. 10 up top. Now here's what you notice. We've got a smaller digit here than here. We can't subtract 10 from 3, which creates only a small problem. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to borrow one whole number from this 6, which gives us a 5. Now that whole number that we borrowed is going to be represented in the same denominator that we are using, in this case 12ths. So that 1 that we borrowed from here is going to be equal to 12 twelfths. We borrowed 1 from here, and we're using the same denominator. 1 equals 12 twelfths. And we're going to add that into this fraction here. So we're going to take our 12 twelfths that we borrowed from the whole number, add them into 3 twelfths here, which is going to give us 15 twelfths. Now don't be tempted to do anything with the denominator. You're in twelfths here and you're in twelfths here. Don't mess around with the denominator. You're adding 12 twelfths to 3 twelfths. Here's what we did. We did 12 twelfths plus 3 twelfths equals 15 twelfths, which is what we have right here now. Now we can subtract. We're going to subtract the numerators. 15 minus 10 is 5 twelfths. 5 minus 3 equals 2 5 twelfths. Let's take a look at another one. Now don't forget, you can always pause while we're doing these and work something up on your paper and then come back and press play. All right, let's try another one. So you've got 7 3/5 minus 4 6/7. Okay? So we're going to find a common denominator for both 7 and the 5, just like we ordinarily would. And that's going to put us in 30/5. So we went 5 times 7 here, which means we have to go 7 on the top, 21. 7 times 5 here, 6 times 5 here, which gives us 30ths. And we notice the same thing. The 21 is smaller than our 30 here, so what to do? We're going to borrow 1 from the 7, giving us 6. And that 1 that we borrow is going to be equal to 35 35ths because we are in 35ths. So now we're going to add this 1 that we borrowed to the 21 35ths. It's kind of an ugly problem. So we'll go 35 35ths plus 21 35ths equals 56 35ths, which means that this becomes 56 35ths. Now we can subtract the numerators. 56 minus 30 is 26 35ths, and don't forget to subtract the whole numbers. 6 minus 4 is 2 26 35ths. That one turned out to be kind of ugly. Let's do one more. All right, let's go 3 1/4 minus 2 1/2. We're going to go ahead and change this into common denominator. We're going to make it eighths. So 4 times 2 here, 1 times 2 here, 2 eighths, 2 times 4 here, times 4 on the top. We've got a smaller numerator here than here, which means we need to borrow. So we're going to borrow 1 from this 3, making that a 2. And the one that we borrowed is going to be equal to 8 eighths, since we are in eighths. Now we're going to add this 8 eighths into this 2 eighths, which gives us 10 eighths. And then we can subtract. So we're going to take 10 minus 4 is 6 eighths. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6 eighths can be reduced to 3/4. It's this borrowing process that gets a little bit tricky. So that's subtracting mixed numbers with borrowing.